Crystal Anderson of California Mobile Acupuncture out here in Orange County, California. And I'm excited to share all that I was able to accomplish through the Introverted Visionary System. I went to Five Branches University. My undergrad was at UC Irvine, pre-med. And I've since moved from the Bay Area where Five Branches is down to Southern California.
How long have you been in practice for?
11 years, going on 12.
Great. And what was most frustrating for you before the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship?
The thing that was most frustrating for me, I would say, is marketing and just getting the word out that we are here and ready to help people in a mobile situation. So I think people think about acupuncture, it's kind of becoming more mainstream, but us being mobile is, I think there's a demand. I just don't think people really know about us. And so marketing has always been a big issue. And the idea of having doctors refer to us seemed like the perfect fix for our issues. So that is our goal moving forward, is just having the word get out and people understand that we're here and ready to help. And through doctor referrals, it's much easier with less marketing dollars.
How did you feel back then with your practice before you had started the mentorship?
So it was troubling at times to know that we had so much overhead and we weren't getting new clients as often as we'd like. People find us organically. More homebound people or stroke patients will kind of search for us. I think their families do, but we treat a majority of people who are just busy also. And so I think it was hard to know that we had all this overhead and not as many new clients as we could handle.
How many acupuncturists do you have working with you?
I have 5 at the moment. We just expanded to the Bay Area, so we're onboarding our 6th one, and we already have clients for him and an event going on. So we're excited to be covering most of California now.
What made you decide to have a mobile acupuncture practice?
When I was working in the Bay Area for a hospital doing stroke rehab, the patients would be released from the rehab and ask me to continue care with them at home. And that allowed me to understand the demand there was for in-home acupuncture. No one was really doing it that I could tell. And, it encouraged me to look outside the box when it comes to starting a practice. And so I think that, that's really the main reason I did it, is just understanding there's a lot of people at home that need care and it's difficult for them to get out of the house, whether they are homebound or they are just simply too busy to make another appointment.
When you decided to sign up for the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship for introverts, any hesitation?
I think it's just hard to trust people in general, to know that what they're giving you is going to work or be successful or, further your practice in a way that is beneficial, and that, the cost is worth the outcome or the return. So I think all of those things flew into my head while I was considering your program. And, I think in the end, I would definitely do it again without any questions asked. I would sign up for it again.
What made you decide to pull the trigger?
I think just seeing you repeatedly, to be honest, you were in my inbox also, and just hearing what you had to say about your ability to get people where they want to be in regards to speaking engagements or being in front of MDs successfully. Those were all things I knew I wanted and had goals to do. I just didn't have the understanding or the means to get there.
And what's changed for you that you're excited about since you started the mentorship?
Gosh, I think confidence above all else. I just feel confident about calling doctors' offices and asking for an in-service. I feel more confident about having the just understanding that I do belong in those places because I've helped so many people and I can help patient outcomes. And now I have the verbiage to be able to describe that in a way that doctors can understand and that it resonates with them. So those are all very positive outcomes for me as far as I'm concerned.
How has that affected your practice?
It's made me more outgoing and more willing to put myself out there when it comes to opportunities. And I'm looking forward to actually having an in-service with a doctor. I have one not until January. We're hoping to get a couple more before then. But speaking engagements seem to come up more recently. So just having the confidence to say yes and to put myself out there it's exciting.
Yeah, tell us about the opportunity you got booked for so far.
Yeah, so it's with a neurologist. He has a really thriving practice, and he is a very popular neurologist. And so us treating mostly brain injuries and a lot of various neurological disorders, it's a good fit for us. So I'm hopeful that he is open to what I have to say, and that we could form a good relationship moving forward.
What was it like for you to have the done for you templates and scripts?
Helpful for sure, just to have a plan moving forward and to have actual steps to take in order to feel the best about what I'll be saying in front of the doctors. The scripts have been really nice to be able to call and reach out to various doctors. And, it is what allowed me to kind of book this in service with the neurologist. So I'm grateful for those. Absolutely.
What did you enjoy most about this experience?
Your ability to understand people's strong points and where maybe they need help. So I think that you were extremely aware of what I was good at, but where maybe you could help with, scripting is a big one, but changing lingo to increase conversions and just kind of clean up and make more concise what I was able to communicate to people.
How would you say this has been different from other business trainings that you've had in the past?
I think as far as I can compare it to other marketing companies that really teach you in sales. And I think that this was nice because it allowed me to understand that it's not all about sales. It's not about being salesy. It's about proper communication and allowing people to understand what it is that we do and how we can help, for instance, with patient outcomes for doctors versus, just that kind of like high intense sales pitches and things like that I've been encouraged to do in the past. I think you in general just were very laid back in the sense where it's like do it at your pace. We're not here to just force you into any kind of box rather to get it done. Every time I was behind, you were like, okay, it's okay. You were very encouraging. And I think that is much different than what I've experienced in the past.
Tell us more about your service offerings and how much you charge as well.
Yeah, so we are mobile. We come into the home. We do a full exam as well as treatments. The first one is $295, but we do offer packages. So most people need a series of treatments, just depending on the issue at hand and the root cause and kind of how chronic or severe something is. And so we like to offer bigger treatment plans so that people get the care they need, but at a more affordable price. And so we offer acupuncture, but we also do in-home massage therapy. We do obviously the cupping and ear seeds and all the things that come along with traditional Chinese medicine. But then we also offer cosmetic acupuncture, which is kind of fun. I think a lot of people are understanding that Botox is not the healthiest thing to be doing every 3 months. And, it's hard to kind of keep up with that as well. And so to have results through the cosmetic acupuncture that are lasting and boost collagen and elastin, but don't have the toxic side effects is kind of a fun service that we do also.
Awesome. And how much do you charge for your services?
So average treatment plan is about 3,000, and that would be about 3 months of care for someone. And we usually see pretty big results with that. We also do a nutritional counseling program that we charge about 800 to do like a hair analysis and to offer the cooking demo class that we do. And, we basically do like a coaching through that process as well. And we like to couple that with our acupuncture because we just see people get better faster. So, around 3 to 4,000 is kind of typical.
So, also charge per treatment for acupuncture sessions too, or
Yeah, so we charge $295. That's our kind of like going rate. And then if people buy a package, it comes down to about $240 a treatment.
what's your vision for your practice that you're excited about?
Oh, good question. So my vision really is to expand to all the major cities in California. So we're in San Diego, we're in LA, we're in Orange County. We just got out to San Francisco, but I'd love to get to San Jose as well as, even more Central Coast area. And then from there, we'd like to get to other states as well. So I think that there's a need for what we do in a mobile capacity, all over the country. So that's kind of our long-term goal.
It's super exciting. And how do you feel speaking or attracting provider referrals will help you with that?
So I think marketing has been the hardest. Being a service area based business, Google doesn't really reward people who don't have a brick and mortar when it comes to their services. And so that's been really hard. And I think being able to find partners in medicine that will refer is going to behoove us wherever we go. So it's a really neat way of attracting clients and bringing in new clients that doesn't require as much on the end of advertising.
And how did you feel about attracting provider referrals before?
Nervous for sure. I think attracting provider referrals in general always seem like the best thing to do, but just unsure on how to approach them, how to allow them to understand what it is that we do and that how we can help their patient outcomes. I think now moving forward, I'm just a lot more confident in doing that and understanding that there is such a need for people. And really, I'm helping more people by getting the word out through provider referrals. So that in itself lets me be more confident.
Actually, you didn't get a chance to share what would share a little bit about the kinds of outcomes that you've seen with your patients that have been pretty amazing from your experience working with stroke patients and or brain injury as well. So
Yeah,
love for you to
absolutely.
share.
So we've had a lot of stroke patients that have had amazing outcomes with acupuncture. We've had a patient who had her second or third stroke, so it had been multiple strokes, and it had been years before we saw her that she had had these strokes, and she was bedbound in the fetal position when we found her, unable to move, really a lot of constriction, and so within 3 treatments she was able to move her legs, which was amazing. Her family was blown away, so that was kind of a big one. We had a little boy who had a massive global brain injury, and the doctors thought that he was going to be in a vegetative state forever. They really had no hope for him, and we've been treating him now for a couple months, and he is able to come off the ventilator for anywhere from 6 hours to 8 hours a day and breathe on his own. He is eyes wide open. He's tracking with his eyes. He's moving his head. He's moving his legs independently. He's able to squeeze his hands on command. And we've gotten him off 8 medications in like 4 months, basically. And the doctors are blown away at his blood results and how healthy he is outside of this brain injury that we're still really working on as far as neuroplasticity and all of those things go. So that's kind of a really big one that we're really proud of because it was such a special case and there was so little hope at the beginning. And now I think even the doctors are pretty surprised at how well he's doing. So, stroke in general, paralysis is a big deal. We've had one, his right side was weak and paralyzed. And so it was, a big life altering event for him. And he was able to use his hands after just a couple weeks of treatment with us. So, it's pretty amazing work for sure.
Wow. I'm getting chills from hearing you share these things. Amazing. How did you feel about speaking before?
It's gotten easier over the years for sure. I think speaking in general hasn't ever been something that I was standing up to do on every occasion, but practice has helped and having the confidence to know what to say has really helped. And so your program has helped. So it's definitely gotten easier.
How do you feel the 6-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship has helped you, even if you were to never do a talk or develop relationships with providers?
I think it's probably helped me understand how to communicate what I do easier to people. I think I've always been able to help people know how acupuncture works, but to be able to deepen people's understanding through the words that I use. I think that's a big one, just you giving me better talking points so that conversions are a little bit easier so that people understand how I can help them is a lot easier.
Easier than what you know now. What advice?
I would say do the program for sure because it's something that you can't necessarily do on your own. I think having the templates and the scripts, just make it so that you feel confident going into it. And ultimately, that's what I've gotten out of this is just more confidence in knowing what I do and how to do it and how to express how and how to communicate how we can make a difference in the world. So, having your templates and your scripts were all very helpful and made it a lot easier to get the work done at the end of the day.
What would you say to someone who may be on the fence?
So I would just encourage you to try the program. There is so many pearls of wisdom throughout the program that um, you wouldn't really get elsewhere. I don't think anyone else is doing this, and if they are, they're not doing it as well as you are. So, having the just the the resources are really big, and it's a program worth doing.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. And I love what you've been offering. So, and I love that you're going to be taking your business further to expansion in California and hopefully in other parts of the country. So congratulations. And I'm super excited for you and keep up the amazing work that you're doing. And thank you so much for taking the time to be here and share with us today.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. I'm happy to do it.
And for those of you who are feeling like you're at a plateau in your practice and you just know you're capable of so much more, you just feel this bubbling up inside you, then go ahead and reach out to us at introvertedvisionary.com and book a free chat. And we're happy to share and see how we can help you with growing your practice faster. So till next time.